So I'm so happy to see you today, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, how you doing, mate?
Good, good, good. How are you? You're looking
I'm
great.
okay. I've got a bit of a cold. I might start coughing. One of these cough colds.
No problem, no problem.
Let's do it, man.
All right, let's go, let's go. I mean, the first and foremost, I want to say I really enjoyed the ki the Killers game.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
you don't know how hype I was when I saw you did the Guyver kick on the big screen, man.
Oh, I was putting out the Guyver kick, you know what I mean, man, with a Scottish accent right on the noggin.
Yeah. Because I remember I attended one of the screenings and JJ Perry was talking about how you just got right back into it and did that move with no problem, just like you did like who knows how many years ago. So it looks great.
Still got it. Still
Still,
got it.
still get it,
Well, the
but
good
still
thing about that kick is that you don't have to land on your feet. Just land on my back and then flip up. But there's
right.
kids now that do it and land on they do the kick and they land on the feet. People take it to the next level, but hey, I helped get it there.
Amazing, amazing. Can you speak just a little bit about working with Dave Bautista on that film? Was it fun? How fun was that?
Yeah, look, he's a super nice guy, absolute gem of a human being. And he was brilliant working with Drew McIntyre as well. He's another super nice guy, and they knew each other from the wrestling.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, just everyone was having a good time. You know, JJ keeps the set nice and light. You know, it's fun. It's hard fight scene to shoot and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dave Batista, he's a lovely guy, and you know, he's a really talented actor.
Great.
Um, yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. So from David Leitch to Chad Stahelski and then Sam Hargrave and then J.J. Perry, what are your thoughts on all these former stuntmen, finally getting their time to shine as directors of their own film?
You know, now we've got Nick McKinless, who's a
Yeah,
stuntman
yes.
doing Take Cover. I think it's, you know, look, these action designers, I think in the past, a stunt coordinator would just be there to keep things safe, arrange stunts like from a mechanical standpoint, but wouldn't necessarily get too involved in the artistic pursuit of how to shoot it. But things have completely changed now, and they're doing action design in the gym with the stunt guys. They're filming it. They're cutting it. They're filmmakers themselves, and now we're seeing that as they're coming through, and they're starting to actually direct movies.
Mhm,
Um, and you know they've got years of experience of doing it, so it's no surprise really.
mhm, mhm. And I mean, the way they film the action is so much better than, these directors who never done stunts before, Everything is just
Yeah, that's why it's good to work with Chad or JJ or Nick or Jesse Johnson because you know that they're not going to cut it up and ruin all the hard work. They
right.
know they're going to present it the way it should be presented, which is clearly the best way to do it. But
Uh-huh.
for some reason, some people don't get that. But now we're in a different, we've come out of the shaky cam era into a new era, and I'm thankful for it because I hated it.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, this is exactly what I see with Nick with this film with Take Cover. Everything is very clear, very very steady. You can see every move.
Getting a wide angle lens out a lot of the time, and you know that wide angle, you got to choose the right lens for the job, but that wide angle, you can get closer to the action, and then everything sort of moves a lot bigger in the screen and it looks a lot more dynamic. You know what
Right,
I mean?
right. So what was your experience like working with Nick on this film?
Yeah, great. Look, I've known Nick for a while, and he'd actually got the script before me and was aware of it, and he was looking for something to be his first film.
Mhm.
We were talking about other things in the past, didn't come off, and then I thought of Nick for this one, and then he said, "Look, I know the script," and we knew he had the action took care of because he's from the stunt world, but it was the way he spoke about the characters and the story, the theme of the movie, and he had different ideas that we hadn't necessarily thought about, and thought he had a good take on it. So we were happy to give him the job, and he brought on a team of really professional and experienced stuntmen. in England, so felt very comfortable with them. And we have some good stunts in the movie, like full fire burn, and I did a high fall that they supported me with, and I enjoyed that. And stuff at the beginning, cars screeching and whatnot. But ultimately, it's about telling a story, and that's what his main priority was, which was the right thing.
Mhm. And then, I just love, because we know these movies, these direct to streaming movies or whatnot, it's like they have very low budget, but you guys just make the best use of what you guys got, and it just all the action that you do, it never disappoint. It looked like you had so much fun with this film, and I personally love that action scene in the elevator. That was really cool.
Got to get an elevator fight in when you can. Of course you
Yeah.
have. Is that my first? No, that's not my first elevator fight. I think maybe it's my second. Um, yeah, look, I lost my train of thought. Don't know what you asked. Sorry. This is my
No, no.
last interview of the night.
Yeah, yeah. I was just saying how I love that particular scene.
Oh, yeah.
What was the how long did it take to film that particular scene? Did you have a lot of fun with that one?
And like a third of a day or something. Yeah,
Right?
that's the problem. I mean, look, for my sins, I make movies that
Yeah,
have a tenth of the budget
yeah.
of these big films, well, less than maybe a hundredth.
Mm.
Um, and it's my fault because I keep doing a good job. I keep doing a good job and delivering movies of a certain level that have,
Yes.
they have no right to be that good with the money that they give us. But anyway, that's where I am, and can get frustrated about it and throw the toys out of the pram, or we can just get on with it and work hard. And that's what I do. I always give it everything I've got. I don't rest on my laurels. I appreciate the position I'm in. I wish I had a bigger budget, but a lot of the times I don't. So I try to pick projects that and make the best of what I've got. But I think generally speaking, you know, putting out good product compared to the other things that's out there at the same sort of budget level.
Hmm. That's what going back to when I was saw J.J. Perry speaking about, speaking about you personally. He said, you're like Scott Adkins is like one like big Hollywood film away just from being this superstar, but it just haven't happened yet,
Well, you
because
need a bit of luck. You do.
yeah, yeah.
You can be in the right role in the right film, or you could get offered a massive part in a massive movie and
Hmm.
shoot it, and then that film flops, and then
Right.
you're done. And it's not necessarily your fault. It was just that the film didn't work, or the marketing wasn't good, or whatever. I mean, I won't come up with any examples, but there's plenty out there.
Mhm.
But this business is so crazy. Like, I'm not reaching for any more than what I've got now. I'm very content.
Mhm.
I've made a career. I work very hard. I'm happy doing these sorts of movies. I've got a lot of ideas I'm working on, and I'll keep putting it out there. I make a living doing what I love to do, so I'm good. And if I don't get like a big shot in Hollywood, yeah, whatever, fine, doesn't matter. I'm doing what I love to do. But also, you never know what's around the corner. You just never know.
Right.
It's a crazy business like that.
But Scott, you're a superstar in my eyes, man. Always a superstar.
Well, I do my best, and I don't. It's not lost on me the how lucky I am to be in this position as well. So
Speaking about some new you churning out all these projects year after year. Let's talk about this new one that's kind of come out. That you've been working on with Marco again. Like you've been working with Marco for quite a few projects now. Can you talk a bit about Diablo and how that project's coming along?
I love Marco.
Mhm.
He's one of my best friends in the business. We're very similar, and he is one of the greatest screen martial artists that I've ever seen, ever worked with, will ever be around on the planet Earth. He's that good. He's incredible, and it's a pleasure to work with him. So the director that he normally works with, he makes his films in Chile, Ernesto. We came up with this idea for a film, came up with a story, the three of us, and then we hired Matt Sanson to write it. And we went out there, we raised them finance. We went out there, we shot it with the help of my manager, producing partner, Craig Baumgarten. And we're just doing the post production at the moment, seeing everything come together. And I am so happy with how it's looking
Mhm.
from every standpoint. From the action, Marko designed the action himself. Oh, it's great. It's great. It's brutal. It's fast. It's well shot. But the story as well, and the actors and the acting, and Ernesto's directing, and the DP. We have Nico, who we just did Death March with, and the music, everything's coming together. I'm really excited for people to see it. It's going to be good.
If if you're happy about it, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get something
Yeah.
special
I
for
hope
sure.
I'm not jinxing it and I've been deluding myself this whole time, because sometimes you're so, I
Uh-huh.
need an audience to see it to get the true feedback, but I'm really happy with it.
Are you I don't know if you could say it or not, but are you the villain in this film, or are you playing?
No, I'm Marco's the villain.
Oh,
If
okay,
you see it,
okay.
if you see a picture of his character in this film, there's doing the rounds somewhere. He's definitely the villain.
Okay, oh,
So, but
great.
it's cool, man, because
Yeah.
he's a weird character, like completely off. And he's got a metal fist, right? He's got a metal fist, and he take it off, and there's this big knife and everything. He's like a crazy,
Wow.
like serial killer. It's
Can't wait,
awesome, man. It's
man.
crazy film.
Yeah, Marco was super awesome in the Killer's game too, with that whole
Oh,
dancing fight that
he's the
you had.
best. He's the
Yeah,
best in it. I
yeah.
loved it. The dancing, the flamenco, and everything.
It's
He's
so
great.
so good, man. Man, and then you got this other big project coming out with with Iko again with Warpath. Can you speak a little bit about that one?
Yeah, Skylines, Warpath. I've enjoyed those Skylines movies. They're good fun. The sci-fi and all the rest of it. This one's definitely more about the action than the other ones, I would say.
Okay.
And we're over there in Indonesia working with Eco's team, and it's phenomenal to watch those guys work and how like in time with each other they are, and they'll just rip the fight scenes out like that. And yeah, working with Liam O'Donnell, had a good time. It's good fun. And my character, well, you'll see when you see the movie. It's fun.
Please say you have at least one fight with Iko in this one, right? You got it right. You got to have one, right?
Of course. Of course.
Awesome, man. Can you tell us when we could expect Diablo and Warpath?
I don't have the dates.
No
I
dates
don't
yet.
have the dates, but
Okay.
normally a film will come out a year after you've shot it. So
Okay.
maybe Warpath after Christmas, and then maybe Diablo March, April, May, as a guess.
Hey, man. As long as we get more Scott Adkins movies, I'm happy, man.
Oh,
I'm
there's
happy, man.
plenty coming, and then there's Death March, which I just shot in the Philippines. Louis Mandylor directing, and
Awesome.
that's another martial arts film. It's about a Japanese prisoner of war camp where the commander there, he trains his troops in karate because he's like a sensei,
Right.
and they're trying out their martial arts technique on the prisoner of wars, prisoners. And my character drops in, but he grew up in Hong Kong, and he knows
Oh,
he knows the hidden skills
I mean,
of of East Asia,
if you
and
grew up in Hong Kong, you better know
he grew up,
you better know
yeah,
something.
got to learn how to defend yourself. So that's a really cool story as well.
Uh, I was talking to Isaac Florentine when he was doing his rounds of press for his new movie. And then
Yeah,
I asked him because I said because a lot of people they mention, his film with you, they always mention Boyka, right? Of course, it's this one of the great, action film of all times. But the thing is, I kept telling him like the underrated one is the Ninjas franchise that people don't talk about as much.
yeah,
So I was like, is there any chance you guys could team up again for another Ninja movie? Because those are awesome too, you know?
we'd love to do it. We tried, um, but we don't have the rights, so
Hmm.
it's hard.
I see.
It's
Okay.
hard because you don't have to pay too much for the rights and not have enough money left to make the film decent, you
Gotcha.
know. And Ninja 2, yeah, for sure is one of my best
This is
films. I mean, the level of action that we put into it, That's
It's so good.
probably out of every movie I've done, that's got the most action.
Mhm.
One of the hardest films I ever shot, and I was injured on it as well. Um, so it's a tough one to beat. But maybe I'll just put the stuntman in the ninja suit and sit at the side and watch on the next one. No, I would never do that. Of course not. But yeah, it's a tough one to follow. But we tried.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we'll try again.
Okay. Well, speaking of ninjas, did you hear the news that, Sam Hargrave, the director Sam Hargrave, he's gonna do a live action version of Shinobi?
I just text him about it to say, "Wow, how cool is that?" Because I used to play the hell out of that game when I was a kid,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he's like, "Yeah, pretty cool, man."
So
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 he'll do an awesome job.
yeah, so in my head they said, the action in that film better be on the, ninja level, like your film, that it better be on that level, you
Oh,
know?
okay. Well, he'll do all right. Of course he will.
Yeah, yeah.
He knows how to shoot action for sure.
All right, Scott, man. I just want to thank you so much for your time, man. And I can't wait for, fans could see Take Cover on digital and on demand right now. So I can't wait for fans to see it.
Yeah, thanks, David. I appreciate you, mate. Thanks for your support and plenty more films coming.
All right, man. I'm looking forward to it, brother. Thank you.
All right, mate. Speak next time.
Awesome. Thank you.
See you then.